Good morning, friends. I know it's been a while since I've been here, but I really wanted to share some time with you. I've been going through so many levels, between healing my journey with healing the cancer that is wanting to grow in me, that little bugger, and also, continuing to develop my business, my coaching business, and also to reestablish my music business in the area. So I've been, a little bit stretched in a lot of different areas, and so I haven't taken the time to come and be here with you. But I wanted to come today because it's been a while, and I took a beautiful bike ride this morning. And my bike's name is Freedom, and I've had her for a few years, and she sort of was hiding for a while. And when I pulled her out today, my neighbor was coming through, and she said, "Oh, that's a beautiful bike." And I said, "Thanks, her name is Freedom." And she said, "Oh, between nowhere and everywhere." And that has become my theme for the day. I love it. I've always loved when music doesn't hold me to one place or one time. And that sort of ties in to that nowhere and everywhere. And we actually are living in that, but there's steps, I find, to actually experience that freedom. That is my goal, and I find myself getting steps on that, and then I get challenges so that I can continue to learn things and to continue to grow. And I just want to send my love to anyone who may be suffering right now. If I know that when things are challenging, it's very easy to go into suffering, and I know when we've had a loss, it's important to feel that. A lot of people are going through grief right now. There's a worldwide feeling of that, of losing the life we used to have in many ways, as well as losing ourselves, a part of ourselves that perhaps we felt more capable with, or perhaps a loss of a family member. It's very hard to work around grief, and it's very important to honor the journey. And I myself am working with a lot of grief, and I know how it affects me. And I don't know how it affects me always. I know I can feel it from day to day. I can measure it and continue to work with it, continue in forgiveness, continue to strive up to be my highest potential in where my particular strengths are, and to be there as fully as I can for myself, which is actually for the world that way, because if I make my part of the world as good as I can with the gifts that I have, and if we all do that, it's going to be a much better world than if we all sort of just become numb to our particular gifts and expect ourselves to have the same strengths that other people have. If you put us all together, we would have everything all covered, because we're all put here for a reason. And that the wonderful thing is that we're shown so much through our challenges what our reasons are, because it's often in our challenges that we then, when we face our challenges and move forward into resolving them, the things we learn along that way are going to be able to help us manifest into our highest self. So it's not necessarily an easy job. And it's sort of like if you want to learn to play an instrument like the harp or piano or any instrument really, you sit down and you do some exercises, right? You don't expect that you're going to master it in a day. You do the exercises, you do the practice, and eventually in time you have little wins, and you start to gain the confidence, and then you can move forward with more and more confidence. So a lot of times people try one thing or a few things and it doesn't work, and If we give up at that place, it's sort of like we're denying ourselves the option. But if we can continue with resilience, to continue on, and belief in ourselves, believe in the journey has a reason. And I really believe that my journey, my own challenges are not given to me for myself alone, but they are given to me as if it's my own personal Rubik's Cube. And the things that I'll find out, because I am a natural teacher, I've always loved teaching whatever I find out. And it's at 70 years old, I've gone in several different parts of the art. So it was art, visual art, and then music, and now it's more in the coaching realm that brings in the music and the art. And I find that my clients are able to tap into those different elements with the work. And I've always felt that, I heard about that practice Tonglen, and my interpretation of it, which may or may not be the book interpretation of it, but it became a belief system for me that whenever I'm suffering through something, if I offer that to all of those who are suffering for it and pay attention to how I can resolve it. And a lot of times, if I pay attention, really pay attention, not get wrapped up in my own emotion and pain of it, but really do it as a student and find out what is the resolve, what can I do? And I'll find many things that I try to do and they don't work, but it's like Edison, if he had kind of given up, and there's a very common example, but if he had given up, we would not have had the light bulb until somebody else persisted long enough in order to make that happen. And so if we carry the torch, not just for ourselves as we're going through our challenges, but if we can hold the torch for anyone in the world, all of those in the world, to bring lightness to it. And if that's our intention, we not only gain a place of power within ourselves to help us walk the journey through the thick and thin of it, but we're able to also join energy with all of those who are also holding the light for all of those that are suffering with that challenge or who are working through that challenge, as well as we are bringing our light to those who have not picked up the candle yet to light for others, but are busy carrying the candle, or busy trying to get light for themselves. So first, we do need to pick up the light for ourselves, because each one of us is worthy of that light. Everybody deserves it. It's not always easy to find our way to pick up that candle. But once we've picked up that candle, we can then, and we've filled ourselves with the light, if we can then keep other people in that light, it empowers not just ourselves to find our way through and to keep on searching for what does work, and not let those things that didn't work get in our way from continuing on our journey of resolving our situation. Not to give up. It's given to us as a sacred part of our journey. It is our divine healing journey. It's all connected in the space between nothing and everything. No time, no place. All time, all place. The right time, the right place. Within it all can come to be. So I hold for you the trust. If you can carry through your trust in times of challenges. It's big. It brings to mind the story of Persephone. Persephone was abducted. She was the daughter of Demeter, Mother Earth. And she was abducted by Hades into the underworld. And many of us women, many of us people were abducted into the underworld as children. many different ways. And those of us who learned the lessons along the way and used it in our healing, in our spiritual practice, and forgiveness, and moving on, in self-worth, and releasing what we can release, and picking up the light. As we learned our way in the journey of Persephone, carrying that light to light our own way, to cross the bridges as they came. And then Demeter made a pact that she could have her daughter back half of the year. And that's where we have spring and summer, where we have all of the living greeneries, if you're in the right place, you know, up north or a certain part of the world, right? And then back to the underworld for the other half of the year. And instead of at that point, you know, once Persephone was able to learn her way around, she would hold that candle at the bridges for other women, other people who were going to those bridges and had no idea how to cross them. So if you relate to Persephone, I invite you to light the candle for yourself. Find that one flame, connected, make it brighter by connecting to the bigger flame. Within yourself, connecting to the one flame of light. Carry that with you, and then you can bear and you can carry the light for others as you go along your journey. And it will make your journey feel as if it's worthwhile, because it's for the whole. And you will have a clearer path. Blessings for your day. May your light stay lit. May you feel fulfilled in your life purpose. Blessings.